Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. I am back. It's been a while since I was last on the server recording and playing. I've been on a rare vacation and I am back, my friends, recharged, full of energy and inspiration because I've spent my time in a beautiful, beautiful city known as Rome, the capital of Italy, the capital of the Roman Empire, a place with a plethora of historical value and history in general, I guess. It was such a superb vacation. For anyone who's ever been interested in traveling or going to somewhere like Rome, I couldn't recommend it enough. It was simply breathtaking being there, and I have actually made a video that is on my new channel called Asuma Says. I have a third YouTube channel now. This is a place where I put all my topical and thought related stuff, and on there there's actually me waffling on for 40 minutes about Rome, and it includes loads of pictures as well, the things that I saw and the places that I visited. And it was absolutely incredible. And of course, you know, there's a link to it in the description box if it interests you. If not, let's get right into this episode because I've been back on the server for a while, actually. It's been a few days and I've been doing a lot of jobs like AFKing, collecting resources and all of that sort of stuff. Oh, wow. Look at this over here. This is False's new building. I think False is the MVP of this server. For our project to fill up the entire island full of beautiful builds, False is always going at it just about everywhere, and this is her new build in the industrial area, and I'm just seeing it here for the first time. For some reason I didn't notice it when I was over here using the cocoa bean farm the other day. So this is like one of the things that I've been up to, gathering resources, because what I want to do over at the Idea store is sell all of the different types of dyes. So I've come over here, used this farm to gather a load of cocoa beans. And of course it is this tower right here that has a cactus farm hidden below it, and inside of it as well. It produces an insane amount of cactus that I don't really have a use for anymore, but we discovered in a live stream that there's actually an issue with transporting all of the cactus up here, so we weren't actually farming and storing all of this stuff, but now that's been taken care of. And again, look at this, I've collected a full shulker box full of cactus. In fact, actually it's 2 shulker boxes because we're going to use that to make some lime dye. And that's not the only colour, right? Cyan. Cyan is the other one that you need green for. So we got enough to make like a full chest of all of these different colours. And during my streaming, I also came over here and just finished out the bottom of the basement here. Now the sweet berries are going to drop down into these hoppers and just fill up into these rather lonely looking chests, to be frank. It's not the greatest looking thing, but hey, the rest of the room is fine. And it kind of works as a place to wander into and pick up the sweet berries. This means I had to reposition where the items got sent down below from. And as you'll see here, there is a cobweb below. So this cobweb simply aligns it up so that they will drop down right in the very middle and land on the hopper at the bottom. And that means that this project right here is finito, finished. Another tower done. We're not going to spend any time in Tower Bay today though, as we've got business to do over in the new area at the Idea store. There is just one other place to talk about, and that is the skeleton farm. And all I really have to say about this place is that I spent a lot of time here harvesting bones from the skeletons. That's why I've got so much XP, 162 levels. And why in my inventory I have, look at that, a full shulker box full of bone blocks. Now the last time I made this many, I put them in the store and they got sold out instantly, and I don't know who brought them, but this time around I'm not going to be able to restock my shop because I need these to create many different colours of dye. And one of the ways we're going to use the bone meal to achieve that is with the flower farm me and Python built very early on in the season. This area here though has come a long way since then. And we talked earlier about False being the MVP of this season. Look at the area she and Ren have built together. Absolutely gorgeous around here. And she also came over to this little area and built some giant flowers. I can't even remember if I showed this in a video, but I've wanted to for such a long time because it was a really cool project. And somewhere around here, I found it, we have an entrance to the area down below. So here it is, the flower farm, and I've been AFKing over here again. I did say I've been back for a few days and playing a lot on the server, taking care of some of the more boring jobs. So over here I brought a whole bunch of bones, and I've just been filling up the dispensers, which I believe might be empty now. Some of them are certainly empty, and because of that, we have chests full of flowers. Flowers that can be converted into dyes. And we also got loads of seeds as well. One of the cool things we can do is seeds over here. And I don't know who built this, but we can simply put them in this chest up the top and they will get filtered down into composters. We can also put in flowers that we don't need into there, and that recycles some bone meal, although you really don't get a crazy amount of that. But we investigated the different types of dyes that you can get, and with the azure bluette, the white tulip, the oxide daisy, a lot of these create the light grey dye, so we're going to end up with an excessive amount of that, and therefore we can recycle the rest of the flowers back into here. So here in the Nether, I went and added a portal to get to this farm. Kind of makes sense, right? Since we're going to be traveling to it probably more frequently than usual. Also got a really nice flower design here for the banner. I did want to add a fade onto that, but I didn't have enough layers. I wish they added 1 or 2 more in survival. You know, the amount of details you can do with these banners is fantastic. And I got to say, I should probably redesign this area a little bit because it's quite cramped and awkward. Maybe that's something I'll do on a live stream. But anyway, right now what I need to do is get all of these dyes together, and I've got all the shulker boxes for all of the different colours, and we can start to make them. So for example, the wither roses get turned into black dye, and then over here we've got half a shulker box's worth, so we can combine that with some dye to make the grey. And now I just got to go through all the flowers and all the different things that I've gathered and convert them into the dyes. We are getting there, my friends. I am doing the crafting grind. I've been clicking away like a madman, moving all these materials about and converting flowers and all sorts of materials into dyes. I got a lot of blue dye from the cornflower, but I've actually run out of all of that, and now I need to make the magenta and the purple, which is going to require some blue dye, and then all of this stuff is going good. We need more over here to make the cyan, and then the rest is done. Funny thing is, my lapis is all over where I need to take all of these blocks. It's at the idea store, so I'm going to fly over there and probably finish the job in that area. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that alliums can be made directly into magenta dye. That saves me some more resource gathering and crafting. So here we are, my friends, arriving at the idea store, and my plan for today is to hopefully open the gates, if not to stock it up with the things that we will be selling over here. And remember, we're focusing on supplying things for details. So that includes all of the dyes which I have successfully stocked up. And here, by the way, did this on a live stream, kind of created the lobby. And this will lead into some showcase rooms. And it's going to lead into a room where we sell these dyes and other items as well. I don't know where that is going to be as of yet. I'm going to spend some time over here just thinking and planning, but yeah, all of this stuff has been filled up. Fantastic, right? And we have a lot of chest monsters in this area because we've got a lot of supplies for building the idea store. We've also got a lot of supplies for selling. I've been transporting over tons of stuff. Why are these chests empty? Because some of that stuff was sticks and we used it to make a crazy amount of item frames. Always a good idea to have those in your inventory if you want to do some detailing, right? And as you can see, we've also got loads of leather to sell as well. I do plan on getting some more sticks and making some armor stands, and these will just be a variety of items that we're going to end up selling over here. So since that last clip, it's a new day. I decided to take a break because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with the space behind me. It's in here that we're going to build the shop for selling these individual items, as opposed to the rest of the building, which is going to be showcasing details and selling the ideas themselves. So when I hit this wall of, you know, inspiration running out, it was towards the end of the day, I just decided to take a break. So often do I try and grind through things, and I feel like what I'd like to do moving forward is keep myself closer to the inspiration and stop grinding out the moments where it kind of disappears, you know. And that was such a great idea because I picked up the guitar, which I haven't played for ages, spent the night jamming out, having a great time, and now this morning I'm totally recharged and I can really see where this project is going. So I realized the first thing to do is to actually build up the walls around here, and then I can start to form a shop in the space down below. And I've got some really cool ideas circulating in my mind for what this thing could look like. But first of all, let's get this wall on this side finished. You can see I'm adding some details to break up the big flat yellow, and we'll do the same thing again on this side over here. So the idea building is taking more of its shape now that we're building up this yellow side over here, which was originally intended to be like an office area which is why the sides of the walls here kind of look like windows. And I've been building up the windows at the back around here. You can see that there is a gap at the bottom, although it's kind of obscured by the trees at the moment. But that was going to be a loading bay. And since I've changed my mind about what this should be, because I need a place to fit my own little shop, and it's going to be down there in the bottom where you can see all of that white concrete. So we're probably going to abandon the loading bay idea at the back of this building, or maybe we could build like a little extension to do that in the future. And with that idea, I may not have to stick so rigidly to fitting my shop inside of where you see this white concrete. Because originally I tried to squeeze all 16 colours against the wall like this, so that we could have some colourful concrete going upwards and really draw the customer's eye over to this side where they can go ahead and buy all of the different coloured dyes. We can of course mess around with this wall a little bit now if it doesn't have to be how I originally designed it, so maybe we'll take advantage of some added space here. For now though, I'm focusing on interiors, where the path is going to go, and a lot of the time I've been thinking using this white concrete doesn't quite match up with the tone of this floor, and I might have a path sort of leading into the middle here and maybe make a miniature shop as we space things around this area. But looking over here at the colour wall, it was seeing the white on white that made me realise I don't have to use this colour around here. And I think I'd like to actually switch to something wooden, as I think it's going to be far more easy to decorate and make this area interesting. But as you can see, the colours will come down below into this space, and that's because we're going to have a glass floor over here, and I will make it so you can't actually see the grass at the end, but this means the players can simply walk onto a platform and then be immersed in the colour. So around the sides over here, I think I'm going to have to make some use of a black wall in the dark areas, and then we'll start to work something wooden into this space as well. And I went for oak logs. However, I decided to strip these as well, and ripping out the concrete felt pretty good. Wooden is the way to go in this room, I believe, and I also extended the colours at the bottom and sorted out the path so we could have a platform of glass. And then from that point I kind of just fell into the building zone and didn't realise how much time had passed by, and that I've actually done quite a lot here. Now from the outside, when there's a lot going on at once, I feel like it looks really good, but then when you're in the room it needs something more, and that something is details. So as the shape starts to finalise, we'll go around and add so much more to what's going on right here. But this has turned out really great actually. There is a light source at the top which I think is really going to come to life when this is finished and there's more darkness around here, and as you can see the players are basically going to wander over to the shulker boxes and pick out the dyes that they want. It's a slow process, but eventually I realised that this here in the middle has just got to go. And now what I'm struggling with is the floor. However, the sides and the details, the lanterns, the buttons, the fence gates, all really adding up nicely here, and the ceiling now looking mostly finished as well. What I've gone for here is a little bit of play with the depth. What you might notice is that the edges have more blocks behind them. There's like a gap that you can look into. So when you move around here, you get a bit of a 3D feel, which I think really works, and that's probably why this thing in the middle has to go. So it's just kind of hit me that I think we're finished with this room. We've hit the point where it now all makes sense. But we've still got a long way to go because we've got to stock it up, and when we stock it up we're really going to try and intrigue the customer and lure them in. So we've got this big open space in the middle where I picture a couple of armor stands, perhaps duking it out with leather armor on, and then that'll sort of lure the player across over to this side where we will have some sort of storage over here, an armor stand on display, and kind of make it clear that you can buy them over here. Now in this corner I kind of picture a little closet area like this, being able to open the barrels and then buy leather. This is where we're going to stock it up. So I was thinking maybe I could display leather like this over on the side, but it's probably not going to look very attractive. And we actually got an area where we sell item frames, so I'll probably have to reserve those for something else. So I'm going to picture maybe again using invisible armor stands to hold up some leather in that area. I think the spot where we'll sell these could just be over here. And with that we have all of the things we're selling on this floor. The leather, the item frames, armor stands. Yeah, put these things in just to kind of tell me where I'm going for now. I feel like there needs to be something in this space right here, and I'm just not sure what that would be. So in every episode, I like to shake things up a little bit and try and get around from one place to the other, but this took so much of my time. I knew I was going to spend the rest of this episode working on getting the store stocked up and getting that little shop on the side open. So I thought what I would work on is a path that leads over to the Idea building, and here you can see me clearing out that space. However, when night came around, that's when a bunch of pillagers attacked me, and oh my goodness me, did we have an intense battle. I did not swing my sword once, my friends. Not once at all. And the battle raged on, and I ended it with my fist as I took out the final pillager. It was quite the laugh. So with those pesky pillagers taken care of, I was able to lay down all of the concrete powder for this path. These paths were designed by Full Symmetry, by the way. She had hooked them up through Full Swell and into some of the other areas, and so I decided that Idea needed a connection as well, and this was just me taking a little break from actually being stuck inside that building for so long. And as you can see, the path kind of ends around here, but it'll be enough to get the hermits over to the Idea store for now. And as I make my way over here, I notice cobblestone, and I believe Mr. B-Dubs has been over here prepping out some of the space needed for these showcase rooms, as he sent me a preview of one of them and it looked fantastic. Now, I think what I'm going to do is put down a sign over here that says staircase maybe, question mark, you know, because we need to lead to other floors. And I'll probably put one over on this side as well, although you may only just need one staircase, two might be confusing. But you can see he's made plans for these areas. But my lovely, lovely sheep and this zombie, this rude intruder of the farm, they're in the way. So I should definitely get to moving these out of the way for now. So with that taken care of, I've been finalising the shop, and it's been going really well actually. We just wander around the corner here, you'll see I've figured out what's going on the back wall there, and it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? We've even got some bookshelves in there, but let's start off over here. This is where we're selling item frames, and I've decided we'll simply use the old emerald in a chest to tell the tale of the price. Now this is the same price for the leather as well. We're selling the leather over in this spot, and to try and highlight it, I've sort of put leather on tripwire hooks. Originally they were kind of rotated around facing in this direction, then I moved them to the side so you could see them over here. Unfortunately, if I nudge any of these any closer to those tripwire hooks, they go completely black. So that's why they're sort of hung out a little bit from the block, and it kind of gives you the right idea. Also, we've got a ridiculous stock of this, and yeah, the price is the same. Now, the armor stands are for sale right here, 4 stacks of these for a single diamond. And then over here where the bookshelves are, I had the idea to sell bookshelves, and then I put books in here, so we'll probably end up selling a mixture of both, and I'm not sure what the pricing is going to be, but I will figure that out. And then this is just going to be decorative here in the middle. I might ask Zombie Cleo to come over and hire her to do like a decorative feature thing in the middle here. That could work out really well. But then we have our pick-a-mix is what I'm calling it. So pick-a-mix, 64 items for 1 diamond. You have been renamed. I thought your name would display immediately. Oh, it's a setting, of course. And then the other one is visibility no. And it just says it right there. Pick-a-mix, 64 items for 1 diamond. So you can come in and you can take 5 of these and 59 of those if you so desire. I thought that would be a good feature. Now you'll notice there's some dirt blocks. They've been here for a while, right? It's time to get rid of these. Actually, no, I'm going to leave them there for a second. Yeah, this is correct. Just had to double check. So P-I-C-K-N-M-I-X. We are going to introduce some banners, but I'm not just going to create those letters. I'm going to create the entire alphabet. And every season of Hermitcraft, I always have this idea at one point or another to make an alphabet of letters that everyone can access, but I never really get round to it. But now that we've got the loom and you only need 1 die each time you use it, it's so much cheaper, and this is like totally a thing that should be done. You could do them in many different colour combinations as well. As you can see, I've gone for the IKEA combination, and only now does it occur to me that it's probably going to look a little bit silly when placed on the yellow. However, if I'd have done it blue and yellow the other way around, this is also one of the colours that it lands on, so there weren't too many colour combinations elsewise I could have picked, but this will do for now. And as I am running a little low on time, I'm simply going to take them out of here, and at some point later I will clone them, and then this will become like another shop inside of the Idea Store. Didn't I say IKEA a moment ago? You're going to hear me say these things the wrong way around forever, I think. But yeah, we could also sell banners in here. I tell you what, I cannot wait for the live stream after this video goes out, because I always really enjoy live streaming in a new project area. And of course I'll be doing something over on Twitch where we come around here and stock up the shop a little bit. My plan was simply to stock this up, maybe not to open it up to the public just yet. And although we've stocked up quite a few things here, I need to get a lot more leather from the leather farm so that we can make books and also bookshelves. We're going to sell both of those things right here. So we're not quite ready for business. As you know, I have more ideas. We might add an upstairs or expand the shop in that direction to sell things like banners as well. There are many, many ideas coming your way, as you might suspect. I mean, it is the Idea Store after all, right? So here I am, thinking it's time to wrap up the episode. I was going to fly over to the leather farm and AFK there. I'll still do that, but then I hear about a treasure hunt, and I'm kind of in the area, right? This is it, I think. This is what I'm supposed to look for. Golden nuggets. So I kind of flew around for a while. Oh, look, it's another one over there. Ah, so they're just lying around. Okay, let's try and pick one up. I was expecting to see some sort... How do I do this? Do I... Aha! But wait, now there's one of those there. This confusing right here. I was expecting to see some sort of X marks the cross. I was looking for like suspicious flowers or things that shouldn't normally be there, but apparently... Okay, armor stands are just immune to fire then. Fair enough, fair enough. Apparently the golden nuggets are just laying around, and then there is some sort of machine that I need to interact with that Mumbo has built. Do I have to give it an item in order to swap this around, or do I just need to sort of stand here? This is very peculiar. I need a way to interact with these. Aha! Wait! That was good enough. Wait a minute, what if I do that? Oh, hitbox is shown. I can't even see it. But that's the way to pick this up. Excellent. Okay. Oh, look, the armor stand's in the way. I can't even break the armor stand. This is kind of crazy. There is another one over here. All you got to do really is walk around because they appear to be on the ground. I was expecting to do some digging, you know. But it looks like if I just wander around, I might find some. Yep, look at this. One more over here. I know how this works, okay? Months from now, we'll be wandering around the server still finding these. It's like the Grian headhunt. It's kind of like that, right? Okay, so now we've got to figure out... Yeah, look, you just got to find an angle in which to pick it up from. And there was one here that I walked straight past, apparently. Yes, there we go. All I've got to do, really, is wander around and look. There's one there. There's one over here. Do I see yet another one off in the distance? Okay, another one right here. I mean, I was thinking, okay, that's enough. Let's go try and find where we put these tokens. Now I've, you know, literally just spotted another two. If I keep walking, I'll probably find a few more, won't I? Oh, I love how sometimes something is like right on top of you before you notice it. So I'm sort of going around thinking, where has Mumbo built this exchange point? And then I was about here when I noticed I was about to fly into the building. This has surely got to be it, right? NFD. You know, if it was like TH something, I'd be like treasure hunt. Maybe this isn't. Maybe this isn't it. Maybe this is just some new thing. Oh, there you go. Oh, look, and there's, look, a complimentary one right next door to this. So I have no idea what that means. There's another one there. This game is fun. I'm kind of hooked straight away. So I was standing here and I looked over in that direction. There's one there, there's one there, there's one over here, there's one there. I've got 18 of these tokens now just by standing in front of the thing itself. And I've been pondering on what are all these lamps for? Are they hooked up with redstone? Is this thing going to slowly fill up as people put more of their treasure tokens in? Anyway, there is a book here for us to read. Nuggets for diamonds, NFD. Now I understand. So it explains that there are these nuggets to find all over the place. We knew that. And then here on the second page, it says that you can get a diamond block, or nothing. So let's go ahead, and I think we have to put these in one at a time, and it looks like we have to... I can crouch to look down there. Yeah, there's a hopper. Okay, so we can throw them in one at a time like this. And then how do I find out if I get something? Does it come over on the other side? I heard a noise. Is there something going to happen over here? No? Was that it? I got nothing. Oh, let's try again. Hey, that made a different sound. This is very musical. Something just happened. I think we got something. Or nothing. Or nothing at all. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention the first time. It seems to do that every time, and then you get a noise at the end, and if you get a good noise, you get a diamond. But that time I didn't get anything. Okay, that sounded like a good noise. Yep, that time I got a diamond. That's actually 2 diamonds I've gotten from this thing so far. So we put in 18 and we got 2 diamonds out. So we'll continue putting the rest of these in, and then we'll have a rough idea of how many diamonds you get for every nugget. So I decided to go and look for some more. I think we had 18 and I managed to pick up another 7. And 5 of them were just like all in a row outside of the shops. They were so easy to spot. This game is kind of ridiculous. But hey, this means we'd have 25 nuggets in total. And so then I spent the time depositing the rest of them, running back and forth, checking for diamonds. And the good news is, not only did we get a handful of diamonds, we also got ourselves a diamond block. That's right. I love this game. It's so simple. I mean, we got on ourselves 14 diamonds technically with this block as well. And so with 25 attempts, that's 0.56. So basically, half of the time you put in a nugget, you're going to get something in return. Although maybe not quite. It's like, what, 1/5 for getting diamonds and then 1/25 for getting a diamond block. And as I wander around the place, I am finding more of these nuggets, but I think I've had my fun. I'm going to leave these for the other hermits to find now and get some diamonds themselves, because this game is just awesome. Look, finding all of them. It's so easy. Look, there's one over there as well. Oh, and another one right here. The hermit's going to have a blast with this. I've got my fair share of diamonds, and that'll do me for today, I think. And on that note, we travel all the way across the world in the literal opposite direction from where Hermitland is. We are heading out to the AFK leather farm. And if you haven't seen this place before, the place where we get leather, then take a moment to be amazed, because all the way up the top here, there's an ocean. An artificial ocean that is actually higher than all of the water around it. Oh, this place is so crazy. Okay then, it is time for me to do my business over here and swing my sword and kill some mushrooms, get some leather, and that's where we're wrapping this episode up. So if you've enjoyed it, then leave a like. As always, thanks so much for your support, peeps. Be sure to go and check out that video of Rome. It'll be linked in the description box down below, and I'll see you soon in another episode. Ciao for now. Bye bye.